is host Eric. I'm the host talking with famous people. I'm here with my absolutely gorgeous wife, Rachel.
Oh, thank you.
And when I started it last time, I seemed to have some technical difficulties. Like, it didn't show up at all on my channel, except like on the front page eventually. It didn't even show up in the dashboard under my content or anything. It seemed to be something wrong with it. Plus, I didn't like have anybody here except for me until basically I ended the stream. Or it may just be genuine lack of interest. Could be excessive streaming in a 24-hour period by Eric or any number of other things. But I thought, for the sake of testing the notion anyway, that I ought to restart the stream. And I did. Gave it a few minutes in between stopping it and starting this one. We'll see if I get any more takers on this instance. What I'd like to do is delete the last short aborted stream, but yeah, still doesn't show up in my channel content. And the current stream doesn't either. So we are definitely having a bit of a technical difficulty here.
Yeah.
Although it does show up here. Did you receive any kind of notification? No. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. But we'll let this ride for a while and see if the problem resolves itself or not. But it doesn't seem particularly to be working properly at the moment. Let me edit this video and see if it takes me to the causes it to show up in the channel content. Still doesn't show up in the channel content.
Weird.
Well, really strange. So I'm not sure what's the deal with that. That's not how it usually plays out, but maybe they've made some changes or something. Regardless, it would appear that no notifications are going out. Maybe like this isn't popping up as an option for anybody right now, as far as I can tell. I will nevertheless sit here and write it up for a while and see if that changes. So I guess while I'm waiting there, I'm going to need to discuss some various topics. And I will muse about what topics I ought to discuss as I pack this bowl. If you arrive here, I would love it if you might inform me how you got here. In other words, was this recommended to you? Or were you notified? Or did you check the channel to see if I was live and then see that I wasn't, find it that way? If there anybody ever even shows up. Says there's 2 watching now. One of them is me. I don't know. I don't think Rachel's on
No,
here.
I'm not yet. No.
I don't know who the other person is, but I guess you can see the participants. It's just me. So
weird.
Yeah, there's somebody. Daniel Berry Sports highlights again. No. This is Cam Kaj Key Dunia saying, Yug Book. Well, good for you. Yug Book as well to you. I want to reciprocate your Yug Book with my own Yug Book.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Cam Kaj Key Dunia got here somehow. Well, I'm not familiar with the name, so I think it's their first time here. So that suggests that, YouTube's showing it to someone. But clearly, still not really quite working properly as far as I can tell. Regardless, I gave it close to 10 minutes last time. I'll give it longer this time. I'll sit here and meow for a good 20 to 30 minutes before I wrap it up and figure it's broken at the moment. Maybe I'll try again tomorrow or something. Before starting this, I deleted all the videos I could find that had age restriction on them, on the off chance that has something to do with being like shadow banned or something. But this here feels like a technical problem.
Yeah, it really does.
And obviously YouTube's working on their code all the time, making little adjustments here or there, or whatever they're doing. It's not surprising that occasionally they run into a few bugs. We'll see if this ever even shows up in the content area. The previous stream that I said, okay, I guess it's not working, and stopped it, it still has not shown up in my under my live tab under channel content. So I don't know what's going on at the moment, but what's not going on is people coming to the stream. I can look at the analytics on this video, I guess. Why is the ads automator off?
I hope I didn't do anything to like jeopardize.
Oh, you mean during the stream?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what you would have done. Hi, Boba Fett. Tell me how you got here. What did you get any kind of notification or anything? I'm guessing no. Huh. How do I turn on ads automator? You didn't get a notification for this one? Wow. I mean, what's kind of weird is that so this says like, let YouTube insert mid rolls for you recommended. I have it checked here off as yes. Select frequency. still doesn't show ads automator is on, and it shows monetization is on. I find that a little odd. Okay. Huh. Okay. Doesn't show up under the live tab. It does show up on the home page. Really strange. Hi, Goblin. Well, I'll admit that that video is kind of slow. Took a long time to make its point and didn't really have a hugely significant thesis. Like the point I was making that every attentional manner can be seen as determining contingencies didn't take that much explanation. I was kind of thinking it out as I was talking it out, you know. So hopefully I'll do a better job with future videos. It won't do anybody any good to shit on Biden anymore, okay? It's just this is the problem with politics by way of hating your enemies. You know, I get that they only give you a certain number of notifications a day, but I've noticed like a definite drop. I mean, there was an initial sort of drop of potential of numbers after YouTube stopped actively promoting vertical streaming as a way of getting it, you know, getting people to do it. After they stopped promoting it quite so hard, there was a natural drop off. But it seems like lately there's been an additional drop off to something more like my old numbers, which makes me wonder, like, is there a shadow ban going on, or do I just suck, or what? You know, of course, you never figure out anything about YouTube. You never really know. The one thing I do know is that if I make good enough videos that people want to watch, and then I can see the results accordingly. It's not like on some level I understand it fine. If I want to do better, I should work hard on making videos that people want to watch, knowing what I know about YouTube. What I don't understand is how the same thing I'm providing, which is just this kind of chat and reply live stream, talk about various things, etc., how the same thing I'm doing in different instances can have such wildly different results. Even if I'm looking at, say, 6 Mondays in a row from meow time to meow time, how can, and if I look, even if I were to say, look at the content of the streams and determine that, yeah, they're of equal quality, why is it that some are far so much better than others? Or what if I determine that they're not of equal quality, but why is it then that the worst one performs better than the better one? Well, there's a certain amount of randomness in YouTube, you know? And there are also things that I don't understand that maybe I could figure out, like, oh, I bet it's queuing on this or that. And there are probably plenty of cues that I have no knowledge of and no possible conceivable way that I'm going to guess correctly what they are. So, on the one hand, YouTube's very simple. Just make videos that people want to watch about subjects that people want to watch videos about. And do an excellent job. Do a better job than everybody else at that. And in terms of engaging your audience, and you will be successful. I am not interested in working that hard, though. Like, I started that video today with the idea that I was going to edit it and add some like visuals and stuff, but I was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just upload it. I don't think so, Boba Fett, because remember, the algorithm is designed for viewers, not for creators. So, from YouTube's perspective, if the algorithm successfully puts videos that you want to watch in front of you, it's successful. It doesn't care about who's making the videos. Those people can go fuck themselves, right? As it should be. That's how you know you can compete in a fair marketplace, is if the marketplace is designed to get each viewer exactly the videos that they want to see. But I do think that while it's extremely unlikely for YouTube to randomly promote some people and then change it off, I think it's much more plausible that they have some kind of automated suppression thing, and that a channel's visibility can be suppressed from what it would naturally get from the algorithm because of these other factors that YouTube wants to de-emphasize. I could up my title game. Um, right now the thing to note though is it in no way is there anything that distinct about this instance of me live streaming in terms of title, thumbnail, or anything else to explain in terms of time of day, day of the week, whatever. I get that it's Monday morning, 2 a.m. on the West Coast. Regardless of all of those specifics, it is wildly unusual for me to be having 3 people here after 16 minutes and no sign of anybody else, right? It's also something that makes me think something's broken because when I look in my dashboard on my channel, I'll show you right now. I look at the content here. When I go to the live tab, it doesn't even show this stream as being on, right? When I go to my channel on the front page, it shows this, but on the live tab, okay, now it shows this, but it just started showing this. It was before still showing this one. Maybe now it's in my content. I don't know. It's a very slow in its recognizing this stream in its various places. It's still not here. So at least now it's on the live tab here, but it's still not in the back end of the channel. So that's very unusual. It makes me think, okay, something not working properly here. It's different than it's ever been before. I've never encountered that before. So does that represent a change in the way that YouTube's like engaging in live content in terms of they made some change on there that makes it show up there more slowly for everybody? Is it specific to me? Are they having a bug right now? Is it linked to visibility of the channel at all, to possible viewers? In other words, are the small numbers totally unrelated potentially? I don't know, but something weird is going on right now. That's all I can say about it. No, I mean, my point is, I'm not trying to say like, gosh, I want to do better in general. I'm saying what's happening right now, when factoring all these things in, including the extremely low viewership having right now, it's strongly suggestive that something's either broken right now, or they're in the middle of changing things on the back end and haven't finished doing that or something. I do cherish all of the ones of you who are here. I'm just saying, just sort of responding to what Goblin's saying, and my indication that this appears to be what will hopefully prove to be a temporary problem, and it does appear that there's something buggy going on right now with the live streaming. Regardless, I will persist for a while longer until ixnaying on the mixmay. But yeah, okay. So what am I doing here? What am I thinking about? Why am I thinking about it? Why am I live streaming? What will I be discussing, if anything? These are all hard, complicated questions. Questions for which I'm guessing I don't have any answers. Maybe not even any thoughts. 2 in the morning. Oh, I know what I need to do though here as well. Does the live chat boost the stream like it does on TikTok? Ah, I really don't know how it works. You know, I think that, well, like with shorts, they'll usually sort of give your short a chance on the feed, a few seconds or whatever on the shorts feed. It's kind of like fed to everybody, I guess. But so sometimes it'll go from like a short will go from like 0 views for an hour, and then 1,000 views in 2 minutes, and then no more views after that. So that's how it works with a short. With the vertical live streaming, it seems like you periodically, but not steadily, periodically and not steadily, uh, if you're operating correctly with the shorts feed and the vertical streaming thing, then you're periodically shown to some shorts feed people, and you'll get little bumps of viewers across time. But this stream right now here is not functioning like that, and that may be because of your things that don't matter at all. Like, well, it's just this instant, this time of day, a bunch of particular factors made it such that this stream has no durability. Could be some kind of new norm where YouTube has ruled against me in some fashion and said we're going to suppress this guy. It could, in theory, be that, like, whatever people have in the past liked about me in this live stream in any instance, that it's aged poorly and it just doesn't work anymore or something like that. I don't really think that's the case, because the thing I'm doing isn't something so narrowly construed as that. But it could be any number of things, right? However, in this instance, I would say that technical difficulties seem to play some role in the matter. Seems a little buggy. There's the moon, everybody. It's what they're sometimes called the night sun. Hello, moon. Good night, moon. You guys like to read that book, Good Night, Moon? You like read it like every day before bed? Oh my gosh, I can never go to sleep without reading or listening to the audiobook of Good Night, Moon. I love the way that it's like, good night, meow, good night, meow, good night, meow, and then like, good night, moon. It's like, thank you for saying good night to the moon. That's the thing that really makes that story. They didn't forget about the moon. Instead of saying, good night, moon, perhaps they should have said, hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody in the moon? And the moon would be like, nah, bro. Get out of here, broski. Maybe I've been crowd struck. I don't think so. Did I take an Addy? Yeah, I took Addy earlier. Why the shorts hashtag? I was hoping it gets me on the shorts feed, you know. I sometimes in the past have tried shorts live. I'm not sure if either of them do anything at all, but just things to try, you know. Why are you being such a baby? I thought we got you kind of broken of that for a bit. Now it's back? Or I have to watch you eat all the time? I don't think so, Mr. Scoundrel. Get out of here, Meowie. Putty Cat, hello. No, it's definitely not Sleepy Week. It definitely isn't, okay? And Putty Cat, I want to stress something. That's okay, all right? It's okay. None of us need to feel bad about feeling good. If you want to feel bad about something, maybe feel bad about feeling bad. Probably won't help. Probably just more of the same problem, but still. I don't want to talk about a bunch of politics shit, though, right? I mean, sometimes I might be in the mood for it occasionally, but I'm not willing, there's certain things I'm not willing to do in pursuit of greater success, more viewers, more engagement, and certain things I am willing to do because I want certain kinds of engagement, not others. Or at least I don't want certain kinds of engagement, I should say. I'm pretty much open to anything, but except for the specific things I don't want. What I don't want is a bunch of fucking partisan meow 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 by talking about Trump. Maybe your audience wants to. Well, I don't care if they want to because I don't want to. It takes two to tango, Boba Fett. Two to tango. And it also takes two to want to talk about politics. Well, and I'm going to talk current events and stuff. I do when something noteworthy grabs my attention. I'm talking about all the big, huge things that are happening. Um, no, let him write it out, man. Just let him end his term. We've been managing okay for the vast majority of his time in office. Let's just let him finish it out. It would be needlessly divisive and seem petty to me to try to force him out. If he decides he wants to resign because he thinks like, okay, you know what, I'm actually not really mentally competent to do this job, then good for him. But the Biden administration's visionless two-step of nothing is not so concerning to me. Biden was in no way, shape, or form a good president. He also wasn't a particularly bad president because he didn't do anything. And if he wants to continue not doing anything for the rest of his administration for his one term, then let the man not do anything. Hopefully somebody in that admin's got the brakes on him if he starts getting too Alzheimer, But remember, Reagan finished out the term with Nancy in charge of the fucking thing. That one guy, what was it, Wilson? Or, Calvin Coolidge? I don't remember. One of those guys finished with his wife in charge. Basically, he was in a coma. He had a stroke or whatever. It's not without precedent. I mean, I think his mental competency has been questioned the whole time. I think it wasn't entirely clear to everybody, clear enough to be determinate on the matter, really until the debate. It was the accused, ranging from subtle, more to less subtle, that I saw before he was elected in the first place, grew in frequency and severity over the course of his presidency. But I can understand how anybody would say, well, let's be honest here. We don't really have enough data to conclusively determine that this guy's got dementia or something. Our intuition is telling us that, but we can't determine that for sure. And that would be totally fair, right? Until after the debate, at which point people were like, okay, it's pretty obvious now. I think we all need to step back from any wavering about that. And I think it's perfectly fair to say, let's err on the side of giving the guy the benefit of the doubt or whatever. I dislike the way you do that, Putty Cat. You keep wanting to bring it back to the partisan frame, which is really unfortunate. Well, Boba Fett, fortunately, it's advanced enough that he cannot successfully run for a second term, so we have zero chance of having a obviously mentally impaired person as president. Keep in mind, that doesn't mean I think Trump is particularly. No, I'm going to be awake. I'm going to be awake for a while. I slept in super late. I didn't take any Adderall yesterday, so. I mean, the day before, I guess. Hi, Roman. If people are trickling in, and that's why I wanted to let it go for quite some chunk of time here and see what happened. Given that people are trickling in, I suppose I'll just let it continue to ride and assume that whatever that weird shit on the back end is, that it's working well enough. So I will not be going to sleep until probably tomorrow night. Roman is a friend from Russia, and Russia is a friend of you. I've been to Russia, you know. So I have a warm spot in my heart for Russia. It's right next to the angry spot in my heart. My heart for Russia. It's 5:30 a.m. Eastern time. I mean, the perfect time to watch a YouTube live stream.
Yeah, it is.
5:30 a.m. on a Monday morning on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should be getting up and turning on this live stream.
Yeah.
You know, getting ready for work. Yeah, sort of like a PBS telethon. Sure, except we're not asking for money. It's like a game where you can only do one thing and there aren't any points. There's no winners or losers. It just goes on forever. The worst game ever. There are no rules, nothing you can do, and no way to win or lose points or other indications of success or failure. I like this game. Would you like to flip this coin over? Yes. Would you like to flip this coin over? No. Would you like to flip this coin over? No. Would you like to flip this coin over? Yes. What a boring game, right? It's true you get to do something. I'm glad for you, Putty Cat. You are setting an example for your peers. They should be following your example. I'll send out a memo. Be more like Putty Cat. What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Write some terrible songs about lemons. What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Stand by the lemon tree.
Mm-hmm. Classic.
It's classic, yeah. Rich and I were listening to some 90s anthems earlier. Some 80s and 90s songs, mostly 90s. Then I went and did a little bit of an 80s playlist too. You know, I had things like "Today is the greatest day I've ever known. Can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's much too long." What's Rachel so intently paying attention to? Probably ChatGPT.
Yep.
She's probably talking to it about, you know,
Clothes,
makeup, body type, personality type,
Yeah.
enneagram type.
Yeah.
Rachel learns about Rachel. There are only 5 people here, and one of them's me, but I'll play guitar like there were 33 instead of 5, like there were 28 more than 5. I won't try to play guitar well in coordination bar. How many people there are visiting the stream? I'll try to keep my performance quality unlinked with the size of the audience. Hopefully this is good enough for an audience even bigger than 4 people. But if not, I'm safe, because there are only 4 people. So, if this is only good enough for a quartet of people, then I'm safe. that this song is good enough for you.
Yay!
Thanks. I'm appreciating the fact that now we're down to 3 people. It's it's more clearly what it is, instead of just maybe. Now it's 5. Like, here, Eric, maybe. No, YouTube, I think you're broken right now because of the other problem I was talking about. So, are you listening to me? Is there a person at YouTube who listens to people when they say, "Hey, YouTube, I got something to tell you right now"? Hey, YouTube, I got something to tell you right now. Me and Bob Dylan are mad about you and how. Okay, Boba Fett, I'm going to time you and your shitty attitude out. You know what makes it especially slow and lazy? You. Okay? Because you trying to frame it as such, encourage the perception of it as such, and fuck off. You're particularly slow and boring tonight. And fuck you. So hopefully you understood that. I don't want to be, I don't want to beat around the bush. I don't want to pussyfoot around the point I'm trying to make. It's the second night when you start to feel strange and you're wondering if the range is on. Hi, Adam Kier. Sending sparks a soar in the kitchen sky. An actual night. Is there no top to the dark up above the shelves? Where she stores the chai above the sleeping forms of vivid mind figurines of Western lonely types. She lies beneath the million running suns. She's rugged and they're done with the actual night. Yeah, Boba got yeeted. Like I trick-or-treated. That rhymes. Well, this probably doesn't work right now. I'm guessing, because I know that I was seeing a low battery light, I think yesterday. Now I see no light. Does still work, that's good. I was afraid it was gonna not be working anymore. Sign holders, be safe and wear your hard hat. Bright green safety vest and modesty pants. Your sign says slow, but you wave me fast as my wife and I confusedly drive past. Yeah, there. I need to work on that song. There's really not any point of live streaming right now if I'm not gonna have this little possibility for engagement. could do something else like work on music. I could do something else like record. I could do something like she doesn't want to do that. I can tell you that. And the reason is because she's busy right now. She has important conversations to have with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's okay. I come from New York City, down to Florida. Come from old Chicago to California way. But I never left the place I love, 'cause I was out the door. And I'm 1/2 step from Utah and 2 miles from Idaho. So when you ask me, darling, do you have a trucker's woes? Well, I got to tell you, darling, from my head down to my toes. I drive all night and I drive all day to be home by the end of the week. And I got to tell you, baby, things are looking mighty bleak. That's kind of a pleasant song to play every once in a here and now. Well, I mean, I'm waiting for the grapes I ordered to come, and then I'll be able to put up the grapes in the rental. Then I think I just need to sort of stage the place a little bit, and we can put up an ad like, fully furnished, 3-bedroom, 1-bath house available for rent. We can put up a sign that says, "Would you like to rent our house? We're trying to rent it out. It's got 3 bedrooms and 1 bath, a kitchen as well, and in fact it's got a washer and dryer installed already. You can wash your clothes. It's got a porch that you could stand on. It's a deck, I suppose. It's in the nice wooded community of Mariposa Pines, if you don't mind being a little far from town. Would you like to rent our house? You could be a renter, what's that all about? Would you like to rent our house? You could be a renter, meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I hear you, Putty Cat. I hear you with my ears, and I know what you're saying. You're saying, do a credit check, avoid some pain, make sure the renters don't have a history of running out on shit. It's always a bit of a crapshoot, but I suppose I can interview some opportunities for us all. There are multiple people who want the place. I could choose the ones that seem ready. I could also run those credit checks and whatnot. I could ask for first and last, but not first, last, and security deposit. That's not acceptable at all. So it's advisable, I suppose, to have a security deposit instead of first and last, in case they wreck the place. But I don't know. First and last is fine. We'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna play it interface style, see how many people call, see what. I'll have a standard like fill this out for us form, and hopefully, Rachel and I'll talk to them and get a feel for what kind of people we're getting in there, and hopefully find some good people and not have any problems. I do understand that there are problems associated with being a landlord. For example, you could get spooky music playing, and that would indicate somebody's going to experience some pain. That monsters might show up. Everybody's worrying. Oh no, 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 no. If this music is playing while we're talking to renters, it's going to be a horror film. Pretty cat, don't say silly things. Yeah, I was watching a video about that last night. Shut down the signs in Times Square. Not all of them.
People must have been freaking out. Like, what? Like, 'cause those signs are so. Like, you can't not notice them.
I'm sure they were thinking something's the matter.
Yeah.
The companies using those devices are crucial to the economy. That the infinitesimal number was enough to devastate airports, hospitals, banks, and other businesses fundamental to modern commerce. I don't think it devastated these things. I think it perhaps disrupted them instead. After all, there'll be lots and lots of times after this where they're not interrupted. They'll probably move to an alternate software solution for whatever the thing is that software does. Don't you think so? I think so too. Anyway. Prepping for what? What am I prepping for? Christmas Day? Flowers on the wind. The forest is my friend. Flowers bringing joy to us all. Oh, prepping for the end, huh? Oh, well. This is the end. Oh, Jim Morrison, if only it were. If only it were. Unfortunately, you've got like 6 minutes of song left for us. Well, we can't all be all the winners of all the prizes at the same time. Some people prep for the end of days. I prep for the end of weeks. Ba-da-da-cha. Hilarious jokes. In other words, I'm prepping for the weekend, motherfucker. Because I gotta go out and have a party all the time. I gotta go out and have a party all the time. Gotta be fun. Wouldn't it be horrible if you had to party, go to parties all the time? Like birthday party. And you leave the birthday party, you go to a baby shower. Leave the baby shower, you go to a bachelor party. Leave the bachelor party, you gotta go to a birthday party. Leave the birthday party, you gotta go to a Mother's Day celebration. Okay, I've had enough. Goodbye, everybody. Those few of you who are here, thank you for being here. I've given it a full hour, and I still feel as though something's buggy. So, and the stream too didn't even shows up in my content yet. Well, I mean, wait. Okay, it's 60 minutes now. Let me look and see if it even showed up in my content yet. All right. Live. No, it's still not in my content on the back end. That's really weird. So I don't know what to make of that. Like it just doesn't. It the normal things that would say I've got this thing going on right now would normally yeah, but they're not showing any meows now. So I don't know what's going on. Go to analytics. It shows like it doesn't really act like I got anything going on right now. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Regardless, I guess, fuck it. I'll wrap it up. So see you later.